Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or good afternoon, or good morning, depending on the time zone that you are located. We're live here at Jonesboro High School with Decision 2017. That's decision based on my addiction. I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports. Here today, ladies and gentlemen, M.J. Walker Jr. will make his decision over Georgia Tech, UCLA, Florida State, Ohio State, and Virginia Tech. We'll do some little highlights of them as things get started here right around 11 o'clock. Glad to have you with us. Hopefully you'll stay in for the whole decision. We'll get things started. Glad to have you with us of ending a career of M.J. Walker Jr. His time here at Jonesboro High School will conclude with graduation tomorrow and his decision of what college he will be attending for the next 4 years and hopefully taking that next step into the next level of the NBA. I'm Bo McMichael. This is Score Sports. We're here at Jonesboro High School.
Jonesboro High School, 2017, man.
Don't man go. Don't man go. Don't man go. Don't man go. I'm a division, baby. Bustin' it down and I got it for vision, baby. Pull up a stellar, we got a division, baby.
Rivals.com national basketball analyst Eric Bossi. We're here at the McDonald's All-American game.
Check.
Five-star shooting guard
Check
MJ
2.
Walker.
Check 3.
MJ, first of all, congratulations on making the game. What does it feel like to achieve this goal?
It feels good. You know, it's a prestigious honor to play in this game. Just being here, it's just really exciting. I'm ready to go.
This week, as you look at the game and practices and stuff, do you see anyone out there that you're particularly excited about matching up with one-on-one?
Just a lot of the guys that play my position, you know, Gary Trent, Slade, a lot of those guys, they're on my team. So in practice, I try to compete as hard as I can with those guys and just go hard.
You've got one of the kind of quieter recruitments out there. I know earlier on you took an official visit to Florida State.
Yes,
How did that official visit go for you?
It was nice. I had a good vibe with the coaching staff, you know, the players, just seeing how I fit in their system. We got a couple guys leaving this year, Isaac and Baker. So I feel like I fit well in their system.
You know, the visit was a while ago, so how do they keep in touch with you post-visit and keep those memories of the visit fresh in your mind?
Coach CY, he comes up to the school a couple times throughout the week. I don't think he can come on more with
He uses the balls visits?
Yeah, he calls, talk to Coach Ham in there, and just keep the vibe going and not lose touch.
And then also Josh Pastner, new head coach at Georgia Tech. I think had a pretty surprising year to everybody. I mean, some people even predicted that they wouldn't even win a game in the ACC Final Four of the NIT. You've been on campus a few times there. What's Coach Pastner saying to you? You know, is there any allure in maybe staying home and helping turn that program around?
He's been on me pretty hard. He'll text me here and there on Twitter. He DM me on Twitter. Text my dad. He done put us in a group chat. Tell us, MJ, we want you to come in. You can change the program around. You fit well in my system. You can't wait on just things like that. But he's been on me, and I'm kind of comfortable with him too. He just, the same thing with the players. I like the coaches as well, and the way they play. I've watched them a couple times too, so I like the system.
It seems like with you, mostly anyone's talking about is just Georgia Tech and Florida State. I know there are some other schools out there.
Yes,
You've got 4 official visits you can use. Who are some other schools that you might look to maybe take an official visit to? When would you like to take some visits, and then what's the next step in the process for you?
A couple of schools I'm trying to take, probably UCLA, Virginia Tech, Maryland, Ohio State, Kansas. I think Cal's in the mix, and UNLV, somewhere in there. But it's probably going to be between some of those schools I'm going to take a visit. So.
When would you like to have the decision done by?
Probably between April and May. If it comes to the last day, then so be it. But I want to commit between that time. Get it done.
And then just one final question. It's amazing to me. Some guys are really dying to get it over with. They're done with media. They're done with not knowing. But there's never seemed to be a rush with you. Is that just your laid-back nature, or just wanting to lay back and see everything possible shake out?
Kind of both. I see a lot of coaches, they get laid off or they leave their job or whatever. A couple of seeing who's coming in, who's not, things like that. That all plays a role until I'm waiting so late. At the same time, I'm still enjoying my high school career, finishing out in my school, finishing out on top of my books and everything. So that also takes part in it.
All right. Once again, I'm Eric Bossi, National Basketball Analyst for Rivals.com. He's 5-star shooting guard MJ Walker. Keep tuned in all week for more from the McDonald's All-American game.
Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jonesboro High School. Live here, waiting for the decision of MJ Walker Jr. on what college he will choose. As you can see up on the screen, we have 5 of his top choices that he has narrowed it down to over the past several months on trips. Bo McMichael with Score Sports, bringing you the decision of 2017, figuring out where MJ Walker after his time here at Jonesboro has concluded where he'll end up. They've just finished graduation practice, so that's what they were planning on. Everybody coming into the gym afterwards and enjoying a little celebration of what decision he will have. As you can see on the screen right there, it's Georgia Tech, Ohio State, Virginia Tech, Florida State, and UCLA. A couple of places out of those 5 he has taken official visits. However, the unofficial visit that I'm aware of is Georgia Tech. Yes, I do have a fan favorite myself, but I want to express where I'm hoping he'll go. I have my odds of where I think I would go. I tried to get it out of him last night, was unsuccessful. I did poor skills, could not cash in on him being able to tell me because I was trying to persuade that I would put that uniform on him from a special effects, but that wasn't even able to sway him over. Not that I would have went on social media and splurged the information, but it would have been a little entertaining to have that information beforehand. The crowd is settling in here at Jonesboro High School. The couple of accolades of Mr. Walker and what he was able to accomplish at his time here at Jonesboro, I think they named it on a scale that he lost only 18 games, won close to 150 plus. Don't have his stats out in front of me. That's poor commentating skills on my end, but I'll blame it on my overall ignorance in life. But I'm glad to have everybody with us. We are very excited to see what his next step is. There have been some nice superstars that have come through here at Jonesboro High School, and he's able to continue that tradition here today. So hopefully here shortly they'll be able to get that decision. As you can see on your left, there's Coach Melman doing his famous tweet, email, and text pose. And getting up started. I'll do a nice little zoom in here if you want to see the 2 state championship trophies that were acquired over his freshman and sophomore year. The junior year, they were actually able to make it to the state championship, however came up short. Have region championships in 3 out of the 4 years, came in second place his senior year. So it's a lot of accolades here for the Jonesboro High School basketball squad, which is expecting great things next year as well. So looking forward to seeing what summer ball has to offer for them and getting things started back here in the 2017-2018 basketball season. If we had a commercial, we would go to a commercial break, but we do not have one, so I'll stay live here with you and giving kind of a play-by-play of actually what's taking place. And hopefully here we're a little bit behind schedule. I'd like to believe that we're going to start here in the next 5 or 6 minutes. You will no longer hear my voice once things get started. I'll throw the microphone in the direction of the PA system and we'll get started. One of my favorite dunks, I'm going to go ahead and share that with you, occurred in Pike County 2 years ago, and you can definitely enjoy watching this. We'll watch it a couple of times kind of just for the sole impact of it. And as you can see, I'm going to click it over here so you can see what's occurring here. It's a nice little alley-oop, and he takes it from all the way back behind his head to slam it. A nice little fast break. The crowd very much enjoyed that piece. Let you see it again. Technology was with us. I give it to you in slow motion, and then I'm going to let you listen to the audio of a semifinal game that happened 2 years ago, and then I'll go back and bring it back to you live.
Walker 3, no good. Rebound is Reese. Reese going all the way. Got a block. James Walker Jr. sky up high and sitting into the third row. Out of bounds. It'll be Liberty County ball. Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable. It all starts with hustle, right? Getting back on defense.
James Walker 3, no good. Rebound is Reese. Reese going all the way. Got a block. James Walker Jr. sky up high and sitting into the third row. Out of bounds. It'll be Liberty County ball. Oh my goodness.
As you can see, we definitely had some defense and some offensive productivity of Mr. M.J. Walker over the time period. Those were two good, nice little highlights throughout his time period. It gives you an opportunity to really see him kind of shine and where he's at. We do have a little bit more time. Looks like they are going to get started here. Mr. Walker, his father, just showed up. So it looks like we might get things started sooner rather than later, which is always a nice thing. Got good viewership out there. Very excited about that on that part. I've never been to an unveiling party, I will say that. I'm not sure exactly what will take place. I had some fun had some fun with some logos, getting logos all set up for the unveiling portion of it. So we'll see how everything kind of plays out a little bit here this morning. If we were good and we had a Twitter account and up there polling this, we could have an idea of where actually he would take, where everybody else thinks he goes for those that are on there. I'll go ahead and throw my hat into hoping that he attends Georgia Tech. But if that necessarily doesn't happen, that's okay. But I have a little fan favorite being here from Atlanta, Georgia, and spend my years cheering on Georgia Tech. But I'll be happy if Florida State and Virginia Tech, mainly because then I'd be able to actually see him when Georgia Tech plays them, because I do watch a lot of Georgia Tech basketball. Ohio State would be an interesting mix. I don't know how I feel about UCLA, West Coast, and how that whole piece would play out, but I'm glad he was able to take a visit out to UCLA this past weekend. That was a good thing to be able to actually do that, or 2 weekends ago, to get that overall feel of it. It's always good to get things crossed off your bucket list to make sure that you have that opportunity. Once again, I'm Bo McMichael with Score Sports, live here at Jonesboro High School, going over the decision of M.J. Walker's basketball advancement to the next level. We have 5 top colleges: Georgia Tech out of the ACC, Virginia Tech out of the ACC, and Florida State out of the ACC, or then we have Ohio State and UCLA. So it's going to be very interesting to see. I know there was an unofficial visit to Georgia Tech, so based on my knowledge of it, I feel like that they are not locked in for going because of the unofficial visit, but we'll see. If it's dark, we got a lot of light coming in behind us. It's not the most atmospheric. We don't necessarily play basketball at 11 o'clock in the morning, normally where we shoot from. But so if there's a nice little glare, hopefully when the volume kicks on, we can hear everything properly. Over the time period, M.J. Walker in Jonesboro basketball, for his 4 years here, he's been able to help lead the Cardinals to 2 state championships, 3 region titles, and a number of accolades after that. So it's very nice to see the progression over the 4 years of this young man. I had the opportunity prior to that to actually watch him in middle school as well, playing for a Clayton County school, Rex Middle School. And so I've seen this gentleman grow over the past 5 years to 6 years. Looks like we might be getting started here. We do have the principal of Jonesboro High School at center court talking to Mr. Walker. I believe he's giving her the layout of what's actually going to occur. Either that or he's telling a nice story, which Mr. Walker is famous for doing most of the time. Can't necessarily, there's Mr. Walker, Mr. M.J. Walker, wearing a black suit. Haven't seen him with the new hairstyle, so it's nice to see that. So without further ado, I am going to go ahead and cut my mic and send it to the lead mic right now. Thank you all again for joining us today, and we'll get started.
Good morning, everyone. We would like to thank you for coming out this morning. This is a momentous occasion for Mr. M.J. Walker. He has done quite a bit to prepare himself with a 3.7 GPA. He is not just an athlete, he is a scholar athlete, and he's been recognized by so many different agencies, and he has represented his family, Jonesboro High School in Clayton County well. Let's give him a round of applause. Once again this morning, MJ will let us know where he will commit. We want to bring up one of his coaches at this time, Coach Dan Melvin, that has coached him throughout his time here at Jonesboro High School.
I'm not going to say much just because I'm ready to hear where he wants to go to school. The one thing I do want to say is I want to thank the family for trusting not only Jonesboro High School, but me as a coach to mentor MJ over 4 years, because he could have went anywhere in the country, any of the private schools, whatever it may be, but he chose his home, and he did it his way and their way. And I just want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity, this county, this school, this whole program, to have the opportunity for MJ to be in this program. I thank you very much. I'm going to have MJ come up, and he's going to talk a little bit, and then we're going to hear what everybody wants to hear. MJ Walker.
I want to start off by thanking God for one, for letting me be here. We'll start off too by thanking the cheerleaders, because last time they were kind of heated with me when I had them my speech. I want to thank them for all that they do. I want to thank all my teachers that I had. thank them, for all that they've done. I want to thank all my principals that I've had, assistant principals, again, elementary, middle school, high school, Brown, of course, for all that you do, all the teachers, just for all that y'all do for me and everything. The coaches, all my AU coaches, see over there, Coach Justin Reed, all my AU coaches that I played with, all the teams that I played with, all the players that I played with that got me to this point. See my boys over there. Just want to thank them for putting me in this position, just to be successful and be in the position I am now. Ultimately, I want to thank my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, for being there with me, supporting me, all my ups and downs, and just continue to support me throughout everything I do. So, thank y'all, teammates, just everybody in the day. I just want to thank y'all for being here and watching me make a decision on their steps. Well, that's it. Ready to make my decision, let y'all know I will be attending next year.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
that recruited me, Georgia Tech, UCLA, Virginia Tech, Ohio State. All the schools recruited me throughout the process. I thank y'all for having the opportunity, to look at me. I'm just thankful that y'all thought of me to go to y'all school. I just want to thank you for all the coaches that went on visits. Thank you for all that y'all did for me and showing me our campus and everything. I appreciate all that you've done. I made a decision for me and my family. Like I said, I will be attending the University of Florida State this year.
He went ahead and made the announcement. He'll be heading to Florida State this fall. I'm sorry for the lighting, but I was able to at least throw up the FSU to be able to do that, which will be nice that he'll be coming to McCamish. And as he pops on his hat. And the further he got back, the better it was, but I'm excited that he gets to go to Florida State. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Score Sports. I'm Bo McMichael. We are live here at Jonesboro High School with Decision 2017. Glad everybody is with us here. Glad we're able to bring this to you. Thank you all very much for always supporting Jonesboro High School basketball. Most importantly, thank you for helping out these high school kids be all they can be. Until basketball season of 2017-2018, this is Score Sports, Jonesboro basketball. Good luck, Mr. MJ Walker in Florida State. Looking forward to watching you in the ACC tournament and the ACC field. Have a great day.